Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Phew, it's been some game. It's been some game. I've got to say that. But I said this about Arsenal, I think a few games ago. I said it. I said the problem for Arsenal is the fact that they're very wasteful. Gabriel Jesus does a lot of good work around the box, in the box. He does a lot of great work, in the build up. It's his shooting that's the problem. He's not taking shots enough. He's not taking chances. Like, he's not really doing the part that the strike, the most important part of the striker, which is taking shots on goal. He's not doing that. And again today, Jesus, I thought was the Arsenal's best player on the pitch. But how many shots did he have? Not that many. And that is the problem for Arsenal. They're very wasteful with all the chances that they create, with all the great openings that they create, with all the great opportunities that they create. They're not, it's just that final shot is missing. It's just a final pass that's missing. There's something there that's wrong for Arsenal that at the top end of the pitch that's not working. Then and it reminds me of peak era Wenger, where they used to play so well, in and around the box, it'd be so good. The final shot was always the issue. I think that's something that Arteta will have to work on, and that's something that Arsenal will have to take from this game as a reality check that's something that they need to work on. But otherwise, I think for the first 65 minutes, up until probably the second goal and the substitution that Arteta made, I thought Arsenal were the better team. By far, they were the better team. They dominated that game. The first 10 minutes, United had a lot of possession. They created some openings, but then that disallowed goal went in. And that was the right decision, by the way. I'm not happy. Whatever anyone says, for me, that was a foul on Eriksen. I saw it. It was a foul on Eriksen. It should have been given by the referee. He didn't give it, but he changed his mind. It was the right decision. The foul was the right decision. End of story. Whatever conspiracy theories out there, that was a foul. But after that, I thought Arsenal actually came in the game. I thought United got a little bit spooked because the result of that from that goal was the fact that Eriksen gave the ball away cheaply, right? I mean, he lost possession. And they immediately thought, well, okay, we're gonna get pressed. And United kind of got spooked with Arsenal's press. So tried to play early balls, tried to play quick passes, and then United not really set up for that. So Arsenal kind of gained control of that midfield. Zinchenko started coming in to create an overload as well as a four-man midfield against a three-man midfield, and that really caused a lot of headaches for United. But as United do, they found a goal against around the play once again. It's again Eriksen. I mean, I thought Eriksen was brilliant today, and he had a hand in all three goals, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. He finds a little bit of pocket of space, puts a nice pass into Bruno. You've got to say, by the way, that Arsenal's defense kind of just went to sleep there. I don't know where they were. Bruno gets fouled. Referee does a good job of playing advantage. Again, we got to mention that as well. The referee did a good job there of playing advantage. And the ball works its way to Rashford, who gets a nice pass, and Antony gets his first goal. A debut goal for Antony, and a fantastic finish by from his left foot. The benefit of having a left footer playing on the right wing right there, when he just comes in and scores a fantastic goal. I do hope Antony does well. The odds are not good for those who come in and put in a good performance out of the bat. They don't generally go on to be successes for United. I hope he bucks that trend. But it was a good finish, and 1-0 up United against on a play. Arsenal would be disappointed with the concession of that goal just because the defense kind of just went to sleep there. And after that, I thought Arsenal again, they went right back on top. They were the better team even for the next 25 minutes or so. Just looked so comfortable in possession. I think the problem for United was they were just unable to get out. And that's probably why you could see Ten Hag wanted Frenkie de Jong, because he's some guy who can actually take the ball and run with it and beat the press. I don't think McTominay, Eriksen, or Bruno. Eriksen probably can do it a little bit. McTominay and Bruno can't break through the press. They can't. And that just was the problem throughout that game. Throughout the first 60, 65 minutes, that was the problem. They just couldn't break through Arsenal's press. And then the goal comes again from Arsenal's press. United lose the ball, comes out to Odegaard, puts a nice pass because the defense is caught out because the United lost the ball. The two defenders are split. So now they've got to try and converge, and they can't do it on time. So Odegaard is like a nice little, a line in between, puts a nice pass in. Saka gets the ball, in free space, and he scores a goal, and that was 1-1. And I genuinely thought Arsenal could have won the game from there. They really could have, because they had the beating. And I was surprised that Ten Hag brought on Ronaldo for Antony instead of Casemiro, because I thought he should have brought on Casemiro or even Fred. They should have brought on a midfielder because they needed control in that midfield. They lost the battle. They were frequently getting overloaded. I really felt that he would have brought, but he brought on Ronaldo for some reason. And I think the reason was to put Rashford on the left. I think he realized that Rashford was not working out as a striker, so he had to put him on the left, which he did. And the goal comes from him not playing as a striker, because again, it's a fantastic pass. Again, Eriksen gets the ball, picks out Bruno. Bruno picks out Rashford. Arsenal lost the ball in midfield there for the change. Arsenal were the ones who made the error, and it comes out to Rashford. The deflection helps him. I think without the deflection, I think Ramsey would have saved it. But it's still a good finish and a good goal for Rashford. A much needed goal as well for Rashford. He needs those. It's 2-1. And I think Arteta panicked. At that point, Arteta panicked. At 2-1, I think he panicked because up to that point, Arsenal were the better team by far. And they really didn't need to change too much. They were getting caught out once because the goal was from an error. It wasn't something that United had caught or had played through us. And they had basically made an error of losing the ball. And that happens. But I think Arteta got spooked, and there was Arteta's turn to get spooked after United. I think he panicked and he made a triple substitution, made those changes. I think that kind of just handed the initiative to United. What Ten Hag did well as well is he brought on Fred, which immediately gave them the advantage as well of having 4 midfielders now on the pitch instead of the 3. So they had matched Arsenal. And at 2-1, it just kind of felt like if Arsenal, could have got themselves back in, they might have even gone on to win the match. Even at 2-1, they might have gone on to win the match. But they just the substitutions kind of got them off shape, and again the ball comes out. It's a fantastic pass, by the way. That, I mean, again, Ronaldo wins the ball. I think that actually shows you the benefit of having Ronaldo in the team, because if Rashford, he doesn't keep hold of the ball as he did in that situation. Ronaldo did, and that it's a good pass out to Eriksen. Eriksen holds this on so well, and yes, it's a 2-on-1, and Rashford has a simple tap, and it's 3-1, game over really at that point. I still like the fact that Ten Hag brought on Casemiro, I think, to show things up. I hope Martinez's injury is not too serious, because you really want him to not get injured, because Maguire didn't fill me with any confidence for 10 minutes that he came on. He didn't look sharp at all. Maybe against Sociedad he'll start and get some match rhythm going, but seriously, you can see why they were starting Martinez once. Hopefully Martinez was only taken off as a precaution and will actually come back in the side. Otherwise, this win will be a bit of a Pyrrhic victory, wouldn't it? Malacia, I thought, had his worst game for United, for sure. I mean, it was completely, at least for the first 65-70 minutes, he was completely outclassed by Saka. Saka had the beating of him every time, but he recovered, I think, in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes. I think he recovered, maybe helped by the changes in the formation and stuff, but I think he recovered a little bit. Dalot was sensational, and I thought Jesus was good. And Varane and Martinez had a very tough time against Jesus. They really did. I think Jesus is fantastic. Again, the only issue with Jesus is the fact that he doesn't take enough shots. For me, I think he's got to take more shots as a striker. I think he's too focused on trying to link play. I think he's got to take more shots. I think that's something he's got to work on his game there. For Arsenal, I mean, I thought Saliba and Gabriel, I thought they did really reasonably well. I mean, the problem was with those goals was scored in the breakaway. If you take out those 3 towards the end of the game, they kind of lit it, because I think the substitutions kind of just messed with their minds, messed with their system. I don't know what it was, but prior to substitution, I thought Saliba and Gabriel looked really solid and looked really good. They were playing against Rashford as well, and Rashford is not really the kind of striker who's going to cause them problems, but they still look very, very comfortable. And in some ways, Arsenal will be disappointed with that 3-1 result, because you just felt like, if at 1-1, if they had done a little bit more in possession, like they really would have won the game. If they had scored at 1-1 to make it 2-1, United would not have drawn that game. Forget, Arsenal would have won it. So it really was about the right moments. I think United just scored at the right moments, and that really is what it is. But I think Arteta can take a lot of positives from that performance. From United's point, and the good part for Arsenal is that even with the loss, they're still top of the league, and I think City will kick themselves for that. And that's where I was torn, because I was like, Arsenal need to win, maybe because I want City to have wait as much as they can before their coronation, but which is inevitable according to me. But you still want United to win as a fan, right? But for United, I think the win is good. It does put them into the top 4 hunt now. I do think that the top 4 spots, because of Chelsea's poor form and Liverpool's patchy form, I think it does give United an opportunity to get into those top 4 spots. But if Chelsea and Liverpool get their act together, I don't know whether United can make it, but it still gives them a good chance of now fighting for those top 4 spots. They do look very good. But for me, Christian Eriksen is my man of the match. I mean, smash like if Eriksen is your man of the match, he's mine. 1 assist, but he was literally the decisive factor in all 3 goals. I think if it wasn't for his passing, and he does bring something different to the team. He does bring, I think he's almost the kind of player that many thought Pogba could have been. He just has this ability to be in the right space, to make those precise passes, but he's very good in defense as well, tracking back. Aside from that moment where he lost the ball in the first half, I think he was pretty good overall. I think he did a lot of good things, and so he's not my match, much like if he's yours as well. Do share your comments. What do you think about the game? What do you think about Arsenal's prospects this season? I still think they're in a top 4 race, but even maybe they'll definitely be in the top 4 race. I think that this defeat doesn't change that. So it's well played, definitely well played for Arsenal as well. So do let me know what you think, of course, and do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. We have a new page on Facebook, so do check out the links in the description below. Always appreciate your support, of course. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.